And we are live. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us today in another Lodgify live demo, the third one that we're doing during this busy Black Friday, post Black Friday period in this case. Thank you, everyone, for attending. As Links was commenting in the chat, we have more than 80 people registered for this demo. So it's great to see that many people interested in the product. Before we begin, a quick introduction. My name is Alberto. I'm the Regional Marketing Director here at Lodgify. Been at the company for almost 6 years, so it's been quite a ride. And with me, I have the start of the session, which is David, which is one of our best sales specialists that is going to walk you through everything that Lodgify has to offer. Thank you, David, for joining us.
Hi, Alberto. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm sales specialist at Lodgify. Been in the company for quite some time now, and yeah, especially in charge of the English-speaking countries and Germany as well.
Maybe it's my connection. I think I lost you there for a second. Maybe it's my internet. Things. There you go.
Everything working now?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm at the office, and for some reason I'm having some internet connections. I might try to change the network. Can you hear me fine?
I hear you fine. Yeah,
Okay, then no worries. Sorry.
perfect.
All right. So before we begin into the demo itself, let me quickly walk you through what is the agenda for today. The session should last around 30 minutes. I think there was one of the questions in the Q&A section of the screen already asking for it. But if we have a lot of questions at the end, maybe we can extend it a little bit. And basically, we're gonna start by explaining how Lodgify empowers your vacation rental business. Then David is gonna do a product walkthrough, showing specifically everything, again, the magic in action, how Logify can actually work for you, showing the interface of the product. Then we will show you a step-by-step guide on how to get started, and a little surprise, a little something for you for attending this demo that I'm sure you're going to enjoy, which is our Cyber Monday offer, currently 60% off. You can see a green CTA on the screen. If you click there, you can actually access that discount. Just before I let David take over, a couple of notes on top of everything that our product can offer for you, what we can do for you as a software company. We also have a lot of free resources in order to empower your vacation rental businesses. I will be sharing the links in the chat. They are completely free. We have a lot of blog posts, guides, and notable resources that we publish regularly. On top of that, we also organize workshops and webinars. In this case, this is a product session, but we also do sessions with experts in the industry about regulation, taxations, etc., in order to help your business and become even more successful. And we also have a free Logify Academy in which we have like online courses that you can join and again learn more about the industry and how to get more direct bookings, more bookings, improve your listings on the different platforms. So that's all I wanted to say. I will leave it now for David. Just one last thing, sorry. As you can see, because a lot of you are already commenting, we have a chat section on the right sidebar of the screen. Where you can just leave your comments. The second button on that bar is a question mark. There is also a Q&A option where you can leave your questions. You can either leave them on the chat or on the Q&A section. I will be ping them to the Q&A section afterwards, and we will cover them at the end of the presentation. And to respond to Jay's question, yes, there will not be a transcript per se, but we will have a recording and we will send it to all of you tomorrow. So you will be getting the recording of this session tomorrow in case you need to drop off. Again, I would recommend staying at the end in case you have any questions. But yeah, there will be the recording that will be sent to you. And that's everything that I need to say for now. So, David, whenever you want, you can take over.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Alberto. Let me share my screen and we will jump right into it. Perfect. Just a very brief introduction first. As you probably may already know who we are and what we do. We are vacation rentals management software that basically helps you to manage, automate, and grow your short-term rentals. Either if you are a property owner just getting started, or a property manager that have a good portfolio of businesses, properties, you're at the right place with us. Perfect. As you may already know, we are the #1 all-in-one platform for vacation rental owners. We have been in the industry for over 10 years, work with over 200,000 users, which are located in over 180 countries. Just to put it a bit into perspective, we are a company based in Barcelona in Spain, and we are around 400 employees. have partnerships with the biggest OTAs, like, for example, Airbnb, Booking.com, Vrbo, Expedia, and also Google Vacation Rentals. And just for the information, we win a couple of awards every year, such as Property Management System of the Year, Best Customer Support, or even Best App Award. And of course, you can always check out our client reviews on Trustpilot or on Google. Perfect. We are an all-in-one solution. So you basically can streamline all your daily operations regarding your business from Lodgify. One part is the channel manager, so you can manage all of the different channels, Airbnb, Booking.com, VRBO from Lodgify. I'll dive into that in a very second. Of course, you can also create your own website. There are templates that you can choose from, so you can take direct bookings as well. We have also a PMS, including reservation management software, so you can manage all of the reservations from Lodgify, with the big help of optimizations and, of course, AI tools. We also provide you with a mobile app, so you can do all these tasks from your phone and don't need to be on the computer, as most probably you are on the run, going from one property to another, attending one reservation and then the other. Of course, also supported by detailed reporting, so you can check the performance of your properties in detail, and of course make optimization based on these data. Perfect. Just a quick overview. We are an all-in-one solution. So from website building to payment processing, from channel manager to unified inbox, reservations, guest management, property management modules, which I'm going to dive into in a very second, and of course AI and automation tools. When it comes to the channel manager, what we have is a unified inbox. So all the messages you would normally receive on the different platforms, such as Airbnb, Booking.com, VRBO, you would receive those messages as well in Lodgify in one single inbox. So there's no need to go from one place to the other on a daily basis. All you would need to do is maybe download the Lodgify app, check in the unified inbox in there as well. Of course, we have a multi-calendar view. So all the reservations that you normally have on the different applications go into one single calendar. The main objective here is to avoid double bookings. And of course, differentiate clearly where the booking comes from. Is it Airbnb? Is it Booking? Is it Vrbo? And have a clear overview of everything. Of course, also rate synchronization. So the idea is that you set pricing within Lodgify, and they will automatically apply on all of the platforms in real time. This is very important to streamline your operations correctly. When it comes to building the website, it's very easy and intuitive, to be honest. There are templates that you can choose from, personalize the text, insert your images, change the fonts, change the colors, and you would have a ready-to-go website within minutes. Of course, you can easily connect your own domain if you already have one, but we will also provide you with a free domain, especially if you go for the yearly packages. We include your free custom domain of your choice, which you can easily activate in the website builder. The idea here is to take direct bookings. So of course, we connect with a payment gateway, like for example, PayPal or Stripe, in order to collect the payment. So what the process would be is the guest makes a reservation, pays directly on the website, and it goes through the payment gateway directly into your bank account. A good advantage here is as well that we integrate with Google Vacation Rentals, which basically is like a comparison between different vacation rentals, and your property will be also listed on Google Maps, which makes it really easy to find the different properties on the internet. The user will be redirected onto the website so they can make the reservation on there. Regarding the PMS, in Lodgify, we have a dynamic pricing tool, which you can activate and deactivate depending on different factors. Thing here to keep in mind, as soon as you activate, there is a 0.8% booking fee. Of course, you can activate it and deactivate it anytime. What you would do is set a minimum price per night and a maximum price per night. And within that range, and of course, depending on different factors, like for example, competition in the area, seasonality, also events in the area, the price will be adapted on an everyday basis. The idea here is to streamline everything from the beginning till the end, including, for example, the connectivity with different smart locks. So what we have is a list of partners, which you can check out on our website, to which we connect directly with. These smart locks you can easily activate in the system. A new code would be generated for every reservation after the reservation has happened, the code will be deactivated and a new code would be generated. Of course, you can all do this, of course, from the mobile app as well. Last but not least, creating a guest guidebook. The ones that already have Airbnb are maybe already familiar with this tool. This is basically a document sent out automatically to the guest with useful information and provide more value to the guest. Like, for example, how to get to the property, house rules, Wi-Fi password, restaurant recommendations. These are fully customizable, and of course, this depends on you. Automation and AI tools. One of my favorite tools, actually, the cleaning and task management. This is basically, for example, for a cleaning team, so they can download the Lodgify app as well and get automatic notifications on their phone when to go into which property, which part of the property to clean, and they even has a full list of tasks that they need to finish. If you want, you can even set it up that they need to take a photo of the area that was just cleaned, so you can double check they did a good job. Of course, you can check that in the system if the tasks are fulfilled, add any notes to the cleaners. The idea here is to fully automate this process as well. We have an AI messaging assistant. This would be in the unified inbox. So the AI assistant can generate the answer to the questions for you, of course, based on the listing information. You can also save replies and autoresponders. Most of the questions are quite common and pop up over and over again. So you can save replies, choose them, and send them out. Regarding the mobile app, as mentioned before, you can manage the daily tasks from there. There's a unified calendar, the reservations, task management, the daily analytics, and of course the reservations and inbox. So all the daily tasks will be in the Lodgify app as well. Last but not least, the detail, analytics, and reporting tools. So you can check the performance of your property in detail, and of course differentiate between different dates and clearly filter out what makes sense, what doesn't. And you can see, for example, statistics like occupancy rate, revenue generated per channel, or also canceled reservations. So you can optimize based on these numbers. We offer always a free onboarding and a training. So either it's you or a full team, we will train you to use the platform, get everything ready, and get everything live. After that, we provide 24/7 customer support, either through chat, phone, or email. What I would like to show you now is a demo account that I prepared. Of course, the data is not fully real, but at least you can see how the interface looks like. So this is the dashboard. Here we would have the last 30-day metrics, the next arrivals, the next departures, and who's currently staying at the properties. As you can see, in this case where it says OTA, we have the Lodgify logo, which basically means that's a direct reservation through the website. Of course, if the reservation comes from Airbnb or Booking.com, the Airbnb or Booking.com logo would be appearing there as well. You can see the date, and of course, if you click on contact, you will be redirected onto the unified inbox where you can message the guest directly. In the reservations tab, we have all the incoming reservations from the guest. So let's have a look at one, for example. Here you can see a clear overview of what the guest has paid for, when is check-in, when is check-out. Has he filled out, for example, the check-in form that was sent out automatically to the guest? Is there a security deposit? Any policies? You can download the invoice from here as well. And of course, you can have the full reservation printed out or in the system ready to go. When it comes to the unified inbox, same principle over here. We have different logos on the left-hand side. In this case, they're all direct bookings. Of course, if the reservation comes from Airbnb or Booking, you would see the logo also on the right-hand side. Here we have the generate with AI tools, quick replies. You can attach a photo or a video. And of course, basic overview of the guest, who you are talking to, like name, phone number, email, when is check-in, when is check-out, has he paid or hasn't he? Let's jump onto the calendar. We have different calendar views. So here you can see, for example, all the different reservations closed periods that are for the different apartments. You can create a reservation with or without quote directly from the calendar, or create a closed period, and of course edit the nightly price. If you have, for example, a gap between reservations and your minimum stay is for a week, you can easily go in here, edit the nightly price, and even edit the minimum stay. So you can accept reservations for this period as well, which is pretty useful. On the left-hand side, if we go on rentals, we will all see the different listings. As soon as you edit any listing information in Lodgify, of course, they will be automatically updated also on the different OTAs. Here we have the overview, name, description, rental infos, sleeping arrangements, etc. And of course, pricing. You can set up a nightly base price, add a markup for the different OTAs to cover the commissions, for example, add a extra guest charge, short stay price, length of stay prices, different fees, taxes, promotions, add-ons. This is completely customizable. You can set them up as you would like, activate it and deactivate them. For example, this add-on, you can set it up per guest, per single charge, or per quantity as well, per night or per stay. As you can see, fully customizable and very easy to use. On the website builder, as mentioned before, there are different templates that you can choose from, change the colors, change the text, change the fonts, and you would have the ready-to-go website within minutes. It's very easy to use. You can add different pages, add the content that you would like. You have a clear overview of all the rentals, and of course, connect the domain of your choice as well. On the left-hand side, we have the channel manager to connect the different OTAs. But as mentioned before, this is something good to do with the onboarding, so everything is streamlined and connected well. Last but not least, the PM modules. The PM modules is where you will mainly focus a bit on accounting, as you can generate invoices automatically in the system, either for the guest, for yourself, or for a cleaning team. Also have the task management that I mentioned to you earlier, where you can see the automatic task generated after a reservation, assign it to a cleaner, or check the pending tasks that are in the system. Here you would also see, for example, the different photos that the cleaner would upload to the system, so you can double check that they did a good job. In the report section, we have the different reports. You can filter out by property, by dates, and of course, check out the channel revenue, from where comes the revenue, the occupancy rates, nights filled, reservations created. And if that's not enough, of course, we will always have access to the marketplace in which you can connect, for example, to Price Labs for dynamic pricing, Journal for cleaning and task management, or even Google Analytics in order to check the performance of your website. Perfect. If you haven't decided fully yet to go with Lodgify, the steps are pretty clear. You can create an account, easily subscribe, schedule an onboarding call with the technical team. The team will reach out. It's basically a Google Meet in which they will share their screen, and you're ready to go. Of course, as mentioned earlier, we have 24/7 chat, phone, and email support, so there's always help in case you have any questions or problems. Right now, as Alberto mentioned before, we still have our 60% discount, as Cyber Monday was last Monday. So feel free to sign up. The discount is valid until Friday. So make sure to make a decision soon to not miss out on this massive discount. It's actually the biggest one of the year, so it's definitely a good time to start off with us. Perfect. Any questions? I saw quite a few
Actually,
already in
there's
the chat.
yeah, there's a lot of question. Well, first of all, thank you, David. Super insightful presentation. I'm gonna be pulling all the questions on the screen. There's like I said, there's a lot of questions, but that's great. I love to see people engage in this type of sessions. So if anyone has any other questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat. We might need to extend a few more minutes to cover all of them. If there's something that we cannot cover, we will try to get the answer and send them with the recording tomorrow. So That being said, let's start with the first one. Would using Lodgify make it so we are using a PMS software, so Airbnb classifies as requiring you to pay the 15.5% fees instead of the current 3%? I'm afraid so, but David, if you want to cover this.
Sure, absolutely. When it comes to the commissions that the OTAs take, in the case of Airbnb, the past module was that Airbnb charges more commissions to the guest than to the owner. This actually has changed in the last month. So for every Airbnb host, owner, or property manager, the commissions are exactly the same. It's 15.5%. It does not depend on the location, and this stays exactly the same even if you connect a channel manager such as ours.
Yeah, and that applies to every single channel manager. It's not a Logify thing, it's an Airbnb policy thing. So, yep. Thank you, David. Let's go to the next one. So in this case, it's AI related. Do you have plans to have AI messaging response like Host AI? I think I saw Magic One in the chat, but it's wondering if it's the same as Host AI.
Um, I would need to double check if we have direct integration with Host AI, if it's in the marketplace.
We do. Yeah.
Perfect. Either way, just so you have it in mind, we have an open API, which basically means that you can connect any external application to Lodgify in order to use it. Of course, the other application needs to have an open API as well in order to connect it. And of course, we provide full documentation in order to do so. But of course, the AI function that we have in our unified inbox, you need to approve the message first before sending it out. And the host AI, I think, is more autonomous.
Mhm. Um, Also, yes, just to clarify that, we do have, I don't know if you got the chance to show it, David, but we do have also the option of crafting automatic replies with AI to all your messages. So if someone asks you, for example, it's just not in, let's say, autopilot mode, but if someone asks you, do you have this amenity, for example, in your property, you just click on the one and you can automatically create an answer to respond to that guest. The only thing is you need to click on send afterwards, and you can also use it to improve the messaging that you're writing to your guests. So there's a lot of AI messaging features and more to come. So I hope we answer your question. Um, if you want to add anything else, David, but I think we cover it
Yeah,
more or
that's
less.
more or less it. I can happily share that part of the screen as well. So here's
Hmm.
the marketplace. We have here Host IQ. This would be for smart dashboards when it comes to guest experience. And as you see, the marketplace is quite extensive. So you can connect quite a few platforms, external platforms connected directly with Logify to streamline your operations.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know if we have it there in the marketplace, but I remember we announced it a while back that we have the integration with OSTI. Maybe I spoke too fast. I don't see it in the marketplace now. But I remember we did. So we'll need to check. Maybe we just don't have it updated in the marketplace or something has changed. But as far as I know, we did have that integration at least a while back. So we can double check and get back to you on that. All right. Next question. Does the PMS have a city guest registration tool? For example, I live in Croatia and they require all guest information to be submitted to the city within 24 hours of guest arrival.
Yeah, absolutely. The answer is pretty easy. We do have a number of countries in which we do the guest registration. Of course, this is a form sent out to the guests before they arrive at the property that they need to fill out. Put in the guest information such as name, email, phone number, and even passport information. In the case of Croatia, Spain, Germany, Italy, Greece is working on, for example, what we do is send it directly to the local government in order to register the guest. So you don't need to pay for an extra platform. You can do it from Lodgify and, of course, streamline the operations through this tool as well.
Yep. Just to clarify on that, if I recall correctly, this is only available in the ultimate plan. So yeah, but now with the 60% is the best chance to get it at a really good price. So yes,
Absolutely.
and this is something that the people from the US don't have to worry about because likely they don't have to be submitting the information to the police. But here in Europe, regulations are more and more strict in terms of all this bureaucracy. So yay. All right, let's go to the next one. We would like to rent out our buildings hourly as well. Is there an option to book it like that as well?
Great question. It shouldn't be a direct issue. You would have to check with the OTAs. If the OTAs allows it, maybe we can do it in a system as well. As far as I know, this is not something our guests do, but that's definitely something to check with the OTAs first, and then speak to the technical team from our side if that's something we can implement as well.
Yeah, and if it's just for the direct booking website, I think it's best to send just a question through our support channel, for example, to understand how that feasible it is in case you just want to do it via your direct booking website, I would say.
Exactly. For such specific situation and business requirements, what I do normally like to suggest is to do another demo call. So we offer another demo call specific for your situation with a local sales agent. We'll sit together with you in a meeting, analyze your current situation, recommend you a package depending on your necessities, and of course, answer all the detailed questions you have regarding your business in order to provide the best support as possible.
Amazing. Let's go to the next one. If a person books on Airbnb, will my responses to their questions appear the same, and will the two-way rating system remain the same?
Will my responses to their questions appear the same? Yeah, absolutely. Airbnb, what they do, of course, is translate the messages. So we have the translate messaging function also in Lodgify. Of course, it's everything in real time. So you get the notification from Lodgify, from the system. You can go into the inbox, see the messages, answer from there. And of course, they will see the message in their Airbnb account in their language. Regarding the two-way rating system, the system stays the same. That is correct. What you can do from Lodgify, and this is also pretty helpful, is to set up automated rating towards the guest. So, for example, let me show you. I think that's even better than explaining. There we go again. Onto the reviews on the left-hand side. Then we have the automated reviews. And here you can automate the reviews to the guest. So you can, for example, create a template and easily send it out after every reservation.
Right. Thank you, David. Let's go to the next question. Is it possible to add discounts in the calendar view? For example, 10% off, or have rules like 20% off if there is a 1 day gap, like on the Airbnb calendar?
Not directly from the calendar. You would have to go into the rental information, into the listing information, and set up the discounts there. Very important thing to mention as this question pops up. The discounts you have set on the different OTAs will, of course, remain. As soon as you set up discounts in Lodgify, they will overrule the discounts you will have on the different OTAs.
Yep. Thank you. Still have a few left. We'll try to cover as many. Maybe, like I said, maybe we need to stay for like 5, 10 more minutes. Hope that's okay for everyone. Remember to submit your questions. Let's go to the next one from Hillary. I have two properties, both of which have the option to book weddings. How can Logify help with add-ons such as events?
Great question as well. When it comes to add-ons, you can set them for each property individually. These add-ons will appear during the payment process, before the payment, of course. The guest, during the direct booking, will, of course, enter the contact information, choose the property first, and of course, will be asked to add any add-ons. Events, activities, of course, you can set them up as you would like, depending on the guest, reservation, percentage, fixed amount. You can personalize this as you would like. And before doing the payment, the guest sees a clear overview of what he has booked, reservation, property, and of course, add-ons as well.
Amazing. Thank you, David. Let's go to the next question. Website related. I already have a website built. How would you suggest that I use Logify with my own website?
Good question. In the case you already have a website, which is of course completely fine, the alternative here is including our booking widget. So instead of using our complete website builder, you can just export the booking widget. Let me show you, better than explaining by words, by going on the website builder, editing the styles, then going into the external widget here on the right. Let me do the screen a bit bigger. Here we go. We have different types of widgets. So this would be the search box, the booking box, and of course, set up for the different rentals, edit the style, edit the colors, and you would have a ready to go website. You can just add ready to go widget. And of course, all you need to do is export it, generate the code, copy it, and paste it onto your website.
Just to clarify, we integrate with WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, like different CMS platforms. So yeah, there's an option available for, I would say, every single or almost every single website builder out there to integrate our Lodgify widget. And that way you can still receive the bookings and access to the backend platform that David has been showing to manage all your reservations, sync your calendars, etc., etc. So moving on to the next, another question from Hillary. Is there an option to add a specific rental agreement?
Yeah, you can set up the terms and conditions in the system, and of course send it out automatically to the guest as well. And make sure they sign it before they arrive, so you make sure the rental agreement is being withheld.
All right, let's go to the next one. I see new questions popping up. Uh, my cleaners use WhatsApp for communication. Is it possible to wire Logify calendar and task to WhatsApp? They are not tech savvy to use the website.
Great question. It's not directly the website. So the cleaner would have to download the Lodgify application for their phone. Regarding WhatsApp, that's something we're currently working on. I know it's on the roadmap for this coming year, 2026, but currently there is no direct integration when it comes to Lodgify and WhatsApp.
Right. Okay, the next one is about the OTAs, online travel agencies. Are those four OTAs the only ones you integrate with? I'm guessing it's referring to Airbnb, Booking.com, Vervo, and Expedia, and Google Vacation Rentals, which is technically not an OTA, but yeah.
Yeah, these 4, 5 OTAs, what we have with them is a special type of partnerships, which allows us to establish an API connection to basically streamline everything regarding the listing information, pricing, availability, and any changes you make in Lodgify, they will automatically update on those OTAs. We can connect with more OTAs as well, for example, Agoda, but the type of connection is different. It's not an API, it's a so-called iCal connection, which basically means it's just a connection of the availability, the calendar, to avoid double bookings.
And in that case, most of the OTAs offer this iCal option, but obviously it's not as effective as a double API, but you can still connect calendars with Plum Guide. Basically any major OTA offers this option. All right. Talking about pricing. Can you show pricing? Is it the 60% off carrying year over year? Please explain the pricing structure.
Great question. Let me share the pricing with you. There we go. So I'll leave the currency in USD. Hope that's okay. Of course, you can apply euros or British pounds as well, depending on your location. So we do charge per property. Here, it's important to clarify that by properties is mentioned listings. So, for example, how many listings have you got on Airbnb would be the result of how many listings you would have on Lodgify. You can either pay monthly, yearly, or every 2 years. The monthly price is the one you see on screen. The 60% of Black Friday, Cyber Monday is applied to the yearly and bi-yearly packages, only professional and ultimate. So instead of paying, for example, 50 or 73, you will be paying 20 or 29. But as it is yearly, it's a one-time payment for the full year. So it's, for example, 20 or 29 times 12 plus VAT. In the case of US, there's maybe a sales tax in your country. What was the rest of the question again?
Yeah, it was about carrying the discount year over
Oh
year.
yeah, correct. The discount is not directly carried towards the next year. But what we're doing, for example, to the customers that purchased Lodgify last year with us, is we offer them a loyalty discount right now in order to stay with us. Of course, this depends more on the marketing team than on the sales team. Alberto is smiling. I'm not sure if that's something we're going to do next year, but there is a probability.
There's always the option of choosing the bi-yearly plan, which locks the price for
Yes,
the next 2 years as well. So that's
absolutely.
another option. All right. Let's go to Gary's question next. I am renting out timeshares. Can I have weekly rentals with Saturday to Sunday booking only?
Yeah, absolutely. You can block out certain time periods, weekdays, weekends. This is completely up to you. And of course, also do, for example, half of the year blocked and the other half of the year receive bookings. You can set it up as you would like.
Amazing. The next one is a very, very long question. It's not one question, it's like 7 questions in one from Keith. Let's go. I'm going to read them out because I don't think you can see them all on the screen. The first one, do you have background checks? Do you have trust accounting? Let's start with those two, then we can go to the next one.
Mhm. Regarding background checks, not directly in the system, what I do like to suggest, of course, we need to differentiate here is the reservation coming from an OTA or from a direct booking. In the case of an OTA, that's something running through Airbnb or Booking.com, so they have their own system. When it regarding a direct booking, you can, for example, connect a third-party application. There are a few in the marketplace that you can connect in order to do some background checks on the guest before they arrive. Maybe a good thing here is to deactivate immediate bookings and activate request bookings.
Mm. There's two more types of question. The first one is about the booking fee. Keith is asking, is the booking fee 0.8%? Think you want to clarify that, David?
There is no booking fee on the professional and ultimate package. There is a small booking fee on the starter package, though. There's a 1.9% booking fee on every booking that comes in. Not only direct bookings, but also bookings from the OTAs. The zero point 0.8 that you may be referring to, Keith, is the booking fee that is applied as soon as you activate our dynamic pricing tool, which has an extra charge of 0.8%.
Exactly. If you don't use the dynamic pricing, you don't have that percentage charge. And if you're using the professional and ultimate, again, without dynamic pricing, you don't also have any booking fee. The next question, there are 3 questions. They're relatively about the same topic, and there was a fourth question similar. Is more about the property managers and, for example, having assistant property managers. So I'm gonna read them all, and then maybe you can answer all of them in one because they're similar. So can you have assistant property managers who manage a subset of your properties? Can these assistant property managers just see the subset of properties and not everything? Can the admin set what screens or what every assistant property manager sees? And the next question, also from, let me pull the next one. It's about the same topic from Lumina Living LLC. Is, am I property manager? Is there a way to add a property owner as a guest or a sub administrator to Lodgify to have visibility, to have everything? So it's more about like owners, sub owners, property managers, visibility. If you can give a quick overview on how that works.
Sure, absolutely. Great question to ask as well. Of course, you can give access to Lodgify either to a business partner, a property manager, or even a property owner if you're a property manager. Let me share my screen. I think it's easy if I can show it to you. So here on the left-hand side, I just clicked here on the name. And if you go on users, we can see all the users that would have access to your Lodgify account. And you can easily create one and send them out the invitation. For example purposes, let's have a look, for example, at this one. This account was created for DIA, preferred language English, and you can change and assign them different functionalities in the system. Either edit the rental information or not, edit the website builder or not, let them change prices or not. It completely depends on you and what you would like to give them access to. Of course, they don't need to see the financial information. They can only see the calendar and reservation, and you can assign them to the correct property so that they don't see all the properties, maybe just a few. this completely depends on you and how you would like to set this up.
Amazing. Thank you, David. Just a couple of questions and we're done with the questions. The first one is easy. Can guests upload an ID?
Yep. The ID part is done through the guest registration. So even if in a country you don't need to register the guest with the local government, what you still can do is send out a registration form in which you can collect name, passport, and ID information.
Mm, thank you. There's another question about pricing that we already covered. The last two questions, I believe. First one, do you have an expense tracker?
Not directly in the system from Lodgify. There are different accounting system which we work with in the marketplace that you can easily connect to Lodgify. But when it comes to expenses, you're definitely in better hands with, for example, a detailed accounting system that you can connect to Lodgify than just going with our solution alone because we do not have an expense tracker directly in Lodgify.
All right. Thank you. And the last question, if I'm correct, what is your recommended or highly used automation workflow by others that integrate with Logify? Is it Zapier, Make.com, or something else?
Yeah, of course, we have a partnership with Zapier, so you can easily connect your Zapier account to Lodgify. That is absolutely not an issue. When it comes to highly used automation workflow, Zapier is the best choice and my recommendation as well. Easily to use and pretty efficient. It really depends on what you would like to do with it and what part of automations you would like to do. But Zapier is a good choice.
Yep. And we just got one last question, and this is the last one because we really need to wrap it up. We're already over time. It's great to see that there's still so many people here with us. That's amazing. So, congrats to you, David. It's been super engaging. So, let's go with the last one. Do you offer auto lock setup?
If by auto lock you mean smart
Smart
locks,
locks, probably.
most
I
probably,
guess.
yeah.
If Rick, you want to confirm that it's that, but I'm guessing it's referring to smart locks, probably.
Yeah, we have an extensive list of direct partners which we work with that you can easily connect to the system. Of course, the code will be generated for each reservation, deactivated as soon as the guest leaves, and of course, a new code generated as soon as the new guest comes. If your smart locks isn't in our partner list, you can still, for example, use Zapier and connect your smart lock. There's a workaround.
Amazing. So I think yes, Rick is confirming that it's referring to that. I think we cover everything. It's 20 questions. There was quite a few. Thank you, David, for everything. If there's anything else that you want to know, any left questions that you have, like David said, you can book a second, more personalized demo call to go over them. Um, so yeah, David is just Rick is asking, sorry, if there's a charge for the smart locks. Maybe we can cover that quickly.
Sure, absolutely. Great question as well. There is a small charge for the smart locks. It depends, of course, on the currency we're talking about here. In USD, it would be 6 USD per month per lock in order to connect it to the system in any of the packages.
Thank you for clarifying that. And I think we can wrap it up here. Thank everyone for staying with us. I know we went a bit over time, but we hope the session was. I'm sure the session was super useful. Thank you, David, for everything. Like we said, we still have the 60% off at Lodgify. So if David did a great job, and I'm sure he didn't convince you all of why Lodgify is the best tool for you, go grab that discount because it's gonna be only until what was it, like a few more days, no?
Friday. Friday is the
Friday.
last day, so you have still a couple of days left. Make sure to grab the discounts before they are any left. And of course, keep in mind that the onboarding sessions are limited as well. So the sooner you do this, the better, because of course you can imagine we have quite a few people signing up, booking onboarding calls. So the sooner you do this, the better.
Amazing. Well, thank you again, David. And thank you, everyone. We had more than 80 people attending the demo, registered to this demo. So it's great to see so many people. If you have any questions, again, you can follow up with us. We will send you, as a reminder, the recording of this session tomorrow by email so you can rewatch it and get back to us in case you have any questions. It's been lovely to have you all. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and see you next time. Thank you, everyone.